Welcome everybody, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my summer YouTube video series where I show you all the journals that I didn't have time to show you during the school year. So we have more journals today by Barbara Dew. I showed you some yesterday and you all loved them. I think you purchased all or most of them. And today we have more from her, plus one that I finished and a smaller little notebook one I finished as well. These all have been added to my website, nevermorecreations17.com. Just taking Barbara's out of the Ziploc bags right now. Just getting them staged here to make sure everything is ready to go. All right, if I don't organize as I go, it gets too much for me. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see my little notebook idea and my floral journal here that I completed. I'll show those at the end after I show Barbara's. I want to show hers here first. All right, let's start with this blue one. I don't know what's the front and what's the back, but it's super pretty. The floral fabric over the cover. Seam binding for the closure. Okay, I guessed correctly. This is called Vintage Flower Girls. 72 pages, 3 signatures. Just a couple little bits here. Super pretty. I'm going to show you some of the highlights of this journal with the sweet little flower girls that look like they've been torn out of a book, or maybe it's a printable. I'm not sure. It looks like maybe a printable. Lots of places to journal. Pretty flowers. Gorgeous. I'm not going to be able to show you every page in every journal, but I want you to get a sense of the journal and show some of the beauty, especially when I'm showing multiple journals by the same artist. You're getting an idea of their style. Barbara's work is gorgeous, of course. Look at how pretty that is in the back. You can see there's fabric lining the spine and lace lining the spine there as well. So this is going to hold up to a lot of use and wear and tear. And you'll be able, this would be a perfect one to actually journal in, since she left you a lot of blank spaces. And you could put a favorite printable or photo or image on the front, or you could leave it like that. This would be absolutely beautiful as home decor as well, sitting out on a table, maybe with a Bible or something on an end table, or next to your bed with a favorite book. Then we have this one, By the Sea, which of course we have perfect timing for this. There's a little closure there, and then look at that. I love the frayed fabric over the book cover. It is such a wonderful idea. Truly love it, and I might have to steal that idea. Isn't that pretty? I love that fabric choice. Of course, Called By the Sea, 3 signatures, 80 pages, and she's kept, I think it was probably a Reader's Digest book, and she kept that there. Again, I'm going to show you highlights of the style in this journal. Very adorable. There's the pops of red, but lots of blues and greens. Vintage sea life printables. Even got a little bit of hand stitching in here. She's reinforced the pages that need to be reinforced. Some seahorse stamping. Lots of places to write. So these wonderful blank pages to write and to use, to put photos, to put whatever you need. More hand stitching. I love the little pops of stenciling. Almost looks like rays of sunshine. Great for any kind of summer traveling you might do. I've mentioned this before, and I'll continually mention it as I think of it. If you stay anywhere this summer at a beach house, like an Airbnb or something like that, I think it would be wonderful to leave as a gift for the host so that they could use it for a guest book. I know a couple years ago when I stayed at a beach house, they had a guest book, but it was nowhere near as precious as some of these sea journals that you all make. And so I think that would be a wonderful gift, to something like that, to leave it with them, for them, with a note. So think about that as well as you might be traveling. I love the way that came out. The colors on this fabric are gorgeous, with the yellows, the grays, the whites. Got a beautiful, beautiful ribbon, a little bit of bling on the spine. Again, all these journals are from Barbara. This one is called Yellow and Green. Again, let me show you some highlights here. She's used yellows and greens and some beautiful neutral colors as well. Some little people. Look at the choices of washi tape, pockets, music pages, a little bit of all your favorite things. Some of my digitals as well. Hopefully once I get a little more energy back, I mean, I'm fine. I might have a mild cold, but I've taught an entire school year and my creative juices are still not really flowing. I am glad to be back here doing videos, but I'm missing my students, of course. You really come to care for them after a year of being with them. And I know that my creativity will start coming back, and I hope to get my digitals organized and some new ones put up in the coming weeks. But right now I'm just showing up, spending some time with you all, doing a little bit of crafting myself and trying to get back into the swing of things, enjoying it for sure. Thank you for allowing me to have the time I need to kind of rev it up and get back into the creative mode. I love, I know it's silly to mention, oh, look, an empty pocket. I'm so happy there's an empty pocket in the back, but this makes it wonderful for you to stick your favorite photograph or little receipts or something that you need space for. And that's one thing I want to do with the journals I create and sell this summer, is to make sure I leave space for the person who purchases the journal to put their items and to not fill up every particular space. And of course, there's times to do that, and people buy journals for that. But I want to make sure that I have some journals that have space. That's going to be one of my goals this summer. Love this. This is a paper cover and not fabric. There's a little bit of fabric here and a little bit of lace there. It says journal. You can see a pretty little pink dangle, a pretty little pink bow, and a little sunflower at the bottom. So I'm excited to see this one. It's called Bits and Pieces. It is lined with fabric, so that will help protect that paper, and will help that this journal last much longer. Definitely adding fabric is the way to go. I don't always do that. Sometimes I do other reinforcements, but I'm always glad to see a fabric reinforcement. Using some white gesso on the pages make it easy for you to doodle on. You might not want to write over it, but I think it would be great to put a photo in the middle or even some doodles. I like to mention that buying books like this and having them around the house to doodle in as you need, there's hand stitching, is great, whether you have a lot of phone calls to make or when you're watching TV. Just maybe buy a pack of fine tipped pens, some of your favorite pens, whatever they might be. I like to recommend the Papermate Ink Joy pens. They're wonderful. I also really like the Bic Crystal pens if you want a cheaper pen, and I actually really enjoy writing with those. I use those quite a bit to write notes to my students, and I enjoyed those, and they're very cheap. If you want a slightly more expensive pen, I suggest the Tull, T-U-L, and I think Home Depot carries them, but I purchased them on Amazon as well, and they have some ultra fine tips that are beautiful to write with, depending upon what you like. And then just have a journal like this nearby when you watch TV in the evening or you're visiting, and just practice some doodling, and those things kind of help relieve stress. And you will fill a journal with doodles and maybe little quotes and things like that as well. That one's beautiful. And then the final one from Barb before I show you mine. Did I say Barb? Yes, Barbara. Barbara Dew is this one. This is paper here again with some lace on the spine. It is reinforced with paper, so it might not be as durable, but if you can see here, the lace here goes over the top, and this is a cardstock paper. This is Graphic 45 paper, so you all know, well made, well done. Okay, 3 signatures in this one as well. This is perfect. It's kind of a vintage, I'd say patriotic. It's not all patriotic, but there's a lot of red and vintage time, a little bit of patriotic as well. So this could be a lot of fun to use during the month of July to shake it up and not really have 4th of July. So not really 4th of July, but still a hint to that. And you could add some Americana or primitive patriotic in here as well. Or you could just go more retro and turn it that way as well by adding some of the Tim Holtz and other little bits and pieces throughout. There's lots of space in here for you to add dangles and to write and to add all of your favorite things, but it's set up perfectly for somebody who wants the inspiration in the book, but wants space to make it their own. So Barbara, I want to thank you again for more beautiful journals, for inspiring us to journal. I know that these are going to be loved. I just finished sorting a couple things in the shop, not sorting, but I reduced most of the items in the shop by $1, and I'll be doing that throughout the year, so often going in there and reducing the items that are left. So if you don't mind grabbing those extra ones you want before they're gone, that would be great. So here's mine. I started this one back several weeks ago, but just got to finish it. And then I have a little notebook that I'll talk about in a minute. So this is a beautiful paper from a 12 by 12 paper pack. I did not want to put anything else on the front. You could. It's reinforced. So it's a cereal box cover. And then this is scrapbook paper. We have gold foiling, reinforced with wallpaper, 3 signatures. This might look like thread. Well, it is, but it's like that quilter's thread, or even heavier than that. It will not, like, you can't just pop it and break it like you would normal thread. It's a lot more durable, and I really like sewing in signatures with that. I decided to go old school junk journal and add a tassel. So there's a little eyelet, and then these are mostly yellows and golds. Look at the pretty little like flower trim I found. There's some hints of there's a little bit of gray and a little bit of green and white in here as well, some vintage trim. And this is just a very basic pretty tassel. You could of course add beads and flowers and all of that, but I wanted to keep it simple. 3 signatures, you can see there at the top, and I hope I left enough room in here. So this is reinforced with wallpaper, which is another excellent reinforcer, and I'll just kind of quickly flip through it. I decided to not be afraid of white in this journal and leave that as a color. We have a tuck spot there, but I've done stamping. I've added ephemera and other things throughout it, little bits. This is from my kit Peaceful Poppies. I've added bits of coffee dyed paper and then ephemera pieces that I've made. Lots of yellows and blacks. Got a coffee dyed pieces. This has all been, I've stenciled that. More from Peaceful Poppies. This, so if any of you have that sticker book, oh, you know, it's the popular one. It's like a hardcover book. I forgot what it's called, but it has all these different stickers in it. This is the back to the page, and I added a different sticker and made a pocket there. So I'll probably turn these into pockets. Some Victoria designs here in the middle. Like I said, lots of coffee dyed paper added in here for extra journaling. More Peaceful Poppies. This was from a little vintage book. Roses for Your Laughter, that lightens someone's heart. More poppies, hand-dyed papers, this little collaged ephemera pieces. My mother-in-law crocheted a little bow there. Of course, this is the washi tape I chose. It's gold, yellow, and white stripes. You'll see it throughout. Little hot glue seal there with the sunflower, trying to get the yellow flowers in and trying to keep places to write. So a floating pocket that you can stuff, but it's hand-dyed paper. It's stitched, has a little owl stamp there. Of course, feel free to use these ephemera pieces that are clipped in throughout the journal wherever you like, or even in other journals. Got a little, I believe this is a flip up, yep, for journaling. So coffee dyed papers and book pages. I have another belly band trying to keep space for you to tuck your favorite ephemera. Book pages with rabbits. Little grungy mixed media page. More poppies. Got coffee dyed paper, pretty pages, little fairy girl. Lots of flowers. Joanne made that from Junk Journal Treasures on Etsy. More rabbits. We got peacock. Little angel or fairy there. Joanne made that as well. I was going to glue it on, but look at how pretty that back is. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can tuck, actually it has a journal card in here. Joanne made this, I just added it. I'm sure I can pull it out. See, there's a little journal card inside of that. Little Brad. Had to add that, super pretty. So I think this is a little Project Life card that I backed with coffee dyed paper. Life is full of music. More coffee dyed paper for journaling. Into the third signature here. Little wallpaper, it goes over the top. It's a little collaging, little bits, little graphic 45 stamps, tiny tag, little sticker, Nicaragua stamp, little stamped pocket, lots of biddies, coffee dyed tag with a little girl stamp, more coffee dyed paper. My mom did these, I believe. Oh, I think she did them. I'm not sure. This is a tag belly band, again, tucking things in. More hand-dyed papers, lots of space for journaling. More coffee-dyed paper. Oh, that one got stuck. There we go. Tuck spot there. Wilhelmina. I love this tag. It's from a vintage book page, and then some paper there as well, and some string. The little girl and the little bear. So cute. This is from that sticker book as well, giant bear sticker. Kind of just goes with the feel of this. I believe Joanne made this as well. It's a little faux postcard. Isn't that adorable? It says beauty. And then in the back, there's a clear adhesive pocket, and then these are stickers. And I noticed what you have to do pretty much is cut them out and then remove the backing. They're not pre-cut, but it is a sticker. There's some beautiful orange and yellow roses there, and they're kind of translucent. So I stuck them in this transparent pocket. I thought that was a really cool effect. So this one here got yellow flowers is what I'm calling this. So that's in the shop. And then I had an idea, and I really do enjoy how it came out. I want to make some things that are a little bit cheaper for the shop that you can either use as an add-on, and look at how adorable it would go with this. So you can buy them separately or together. This is a 40-page notebook, and I used vintage paper, vintage children's encyclopedia pages, and there's 4 of them glued together for the cover. So there's a little clip here. There's a ball pin with a button and a leaf, clear leaf. And so that just holds it together there. You can use that anywhere. And so the cover, I love the feel and thickness of it. It's got substance to it. It's 4 sheets of this vintage paper and then stitched all around. But instead of doing it this way, it's this way. So I thought that was fun. And then on the front, I love how it has like the page number. It has wallpaper, washi tape. This is from my ephemera pack. I believe it's Eastern Nature. Some little buttons. And then there's 40 pages of hand-dyed, coffee-dyed type paper. So this is perfect for, you know, to-do list, address book, journaling, doodling, notebook. And I love the feel of it. And I wanted to be able to make something handmade like this that you could get. It's still free shipping, but that you could get at a much cheaper price point. And I might make more of these. It was really a lot of fun. So that's everything added to the shop. I hope you enjoyed it. I will try to be back again one more time this week, if possible, hopefully tomorrow, with a few more journals and some more inspiration. Then I'll take, probably take the weekend, a long weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Probably be back the following Tuesday for another 3 days or so of videos. So lots of inspiration, lots of crafting. I hope you're enjoying your summer. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you all later.